Oh, this is my first time going live over here on YouTube. I'm going to paint some envelopes today for some things that I'm going to send out. Let's see. So, nothing fancy because the mailman is going to use these envelopes and put them in the machine and do all things and get them beat up. But hey, who says, oh, that one already has a hole. Let's see. Oh, the bubble isn't torn, so we can paint over it. Put a piece of washi tape on it. That's how that'll work. That's what we'll do. Okay. Let's see if I got another one. I want them to start out pretty. And I do. Oh, let's see. I can't put my microphone. Let's do it so it sounds good. Cut it on. Oh, maybe not. Maybe it's dead. Oh, no, it's on. So this is a different, not different for me doing what I do. Okay, these are the good ones. That one is messed up. That one's messed up. We'll use those for something else. But for painting's sake, I want them to be as good as they can do. Let's pull out our Daniel Smith. So all we're going to use, we'll have water, watercolor brush, my favorite, Emily Fave. And I got these over in my Temu haul. These are pretty good. They do real good. So I'll be calling on them too. But for right now, that's what we're going to do. Let's wake up this paint. This is my inspiration a tad. Just a tad. Some of these colors that I did yesterday. And this one that I did yesterday. This is a card. You put the sentiment on the inside. But I have to, now that it's dried, I'm going to put some color around it. So let's make sure that is on and is. All right. So let's slap some paint on these envelopes. And then we're going to have some washi tape. All right, so I have to keep in mind, this is the front of the envelope. The postage is going to go on the front. So because I know it's going to be about yay big, I can already kind of just do some flowers down the side. But mostly, we'll start on the back. I wish I already had the postage on it, so that way I could. But I could do some tape, maybe. Oh yeah, we can do that. That'll be cool. Let's do it. Let's do it. Now, you might ask, why you take all this time for something that you're going to send in the mail, send to the post office, and they're going to mess it up or whatever? It's happy mail. It's the fun part of, like, first of all, take some of this stick off. when I take it to my post office, she likes the fact that she gets to do some pretty mail. And now that she's told me that, and I live in a little country town, so I pretty much have the same post office girl. Being that she's told me that, I make sure that her job is a little on Mondays. It's a little bit more fun when I come in. Okay, that's gonna be about it. Make sure the sides. So this is gonna be a representation of the mail thing. The what do you call it? The label. So that way I can paint around this. You'll see it's gonna be so cute. A friend of mine told me that she's like, why don't you put tape on paper? And I was like, I'll put paint on some tape. But now, look, Dina Wakely has tape. I would use hers, but hers is too strong. And it'll probably rip this. My dog is fussing and barking at the squirrels. Or a deer. Ain't no telling. Alright, there we go. Got the outsides. Make sure the outside's done because we're not doing inside, just the outside. There we go. Now we're just going to start painting. I have my green water and some clear water. So the green water I can literally use. So we're going to start out with flowers. Just start it with some pretty flowers. Pick up some colors that I already got over here. Just plop them down on this paper. Like it pops out. And you got to paint over the tape so that when you pull the tape up, it looks like it was under there, like a flower is under there. And there's no right or wrong way to do this. Like I just started doing it because someone said do it with the tape. And then the first time I got some happy mail where the envelope was all pretty, I was like, oh, I am doing that. I want people to be happy from the mailbox all the way into their house. You gotta leave some space for your stems. This might need to go up a little bit. Might go up a little bit. Or I could make it small. I don't know. We won't stress over it. We'll just slap some paint down on the paper. That's the whole point. Get this envelope ready to receive its beautiful contents because each envelope is going to have 10 pieces of art that I've already created. And I'll do a tad bit of a sneak peek here. But no, I won't because I want the people when they get it, and I don't want them to happen to pop on here and kind of see. I want it to be a surprise when they get it. It's Pen Pal Art. There we go. Let's get that up. More water. Those are pretty. Do you want to change colors? No, we'll stick to one color per envelope. Let's do it. How about that? Won't stress. Make some nice little peonies popping out. It's kind of hard to do roses. Well, it's not hard to do roses, but it's kind of hard for it to look like a rose, I should say. Because, let's see. Well, no, it won't. Let's start the body out there. And the petal will just go across the top. Yeah, there we go. And then, so, I did one down here. Let's put one up there. Literally. Oh, I think that one's going to fold over. Is it? Yeah, no worries. Like, really, no worries. We're not stressing over it. We just want to drop the paint down on the envelope. Just make it cute. We'll stress over it a little bit later, but not right now. All right, we got one there. We got that there. Keep it a little balanced. Let's put yeah, right there. I still have to come back and do leaves. So I love slapping paint on paper. And listen, there's so much paper out here, so we shouldn't have to worry about using paper. Um, in my YouTube channel, I have somewhere where I made envelopes. There's no junk mail. There's just no junk. No junk. All right, now we're going in with our green. And let's see what color green. Well, I need the darkest green because I want it to pop off this page. And do. Let's see. Make it nice and green. Really green. Give it a nice little. I don't know what color you can call it. It's not olive green. I know that. So, okay, let's make sure the tape is down because this leaf is gonna come out. We're gonna pop that. Something like that. Make it kind of look like it's coming out of, like it's a whole stem. These are peonies, so we'll just drop a little leaf out. And when I say you just slap the paint down, just slap it down. There's no, I mean, you can spend time on it if you want to. But for me, most of the time on my grief journey, I'm usually trying to get myself to feeling better, and I don't spend a whole lot of time trying to figure out the how. Now, when I do figure out the how and then I get to creating, usually by the time I'm done with like an envelope or done with something, I usually feel better. And then I go into, oh, that needs to be a little more of this or a little bit more of that. But for the most part, when I'm starting out, I just slap the paint on paper. Hence is how it started. Slapping paint on paper. Let's do a little stem. I'm left-handed, so don't want to cover it up. Pick it up, put it down. I was gonna put some lace on one of them, but then I was like, I'll cover it up, and I can't cover it up. Good morning, buddy. Oh, you came over. This is my first time doing a live on YouTube. I guess it's no different than TikTok or what do you call that other thing I be on? Instagram. These are my envelopes that I'm going to send to my pen pal. I figured why not make the envelope art too, right? Make it fun. So when they get it out there, mailman be happy. Mailman is just like doesn't have to just deliver junk mail to people. Get to deliver some bills with some fun. This is fun. And I get to have fun creating it. And I get to do 4 of them. And that means tomorrow my happy mail go out. Yay. I put this I didn't have my address, so this is my out. So hopefully, and even if I'll have to make it small. But I think it's gonna be it's like its own little art. So we're gonna have to make these have a something. Can't have them flopping out here in the wind. They can, but we don't want them. Flowers kind of. You look at a bouquet kind of, but these are kind of like on. I don't know. I don't know. Slide that through there. Boop 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 boop, and just slap it down. So, buddy, I did print out. I did some of the things yesterday. So, oh yes, I know you love decorating Happy Mail. You're the reason why I love decorating Happy Mail. Between you and Barb, man, when I saw y'all mail come through, I was like, oh, I need to do that. I still have your Happy Mail and Barb's Happy Mail is right behind me, literally, because it's art. And so that's what I want somebody to, I'm sending this out with filled with art. I want it to be the same. I wanted them to, when they get to the mailbox, they can be like, OMG. And then they'll look forward to getting something from me. That kind of rhymed. I wasn't trying to do that. Listen, I'm going to Colorado next week. They got snow this morning. They woke up to snow, like real snow. I'm not ready for no snow. I walked 2 miles this morning um, before 10 o'clock. And right now it's 79 degrees. The high is going to be 84. I'm not ready for snow. I'm not. I'm just not. But I pray that I don't have any, what do you call it, delays because of it. It's next week. So hopefully it'll be cleared up next week. But I am looking forward to driving up to Breckenridge, though, because that means that they really, really got some snow. But here's the thing. It'll snow today. It'll snow this morning. And then in a couple of hours, once the sun come out, then it's gone. That's one of the things I can say about it. It will be gone, but you better get it while you get it. But it's a lot of snow. I just saw somebody's picture. That's a lot of snow. So that snow, and then if the temperature stays cold, then it ain't going nowhere. Okay, there's number one. Oh, I like it. I love it. Love it. Love it. Okay, we're gonna let that dry because we're not gonna pull the tape up yet. Put that over there, and we'll go on to the next one. We'll tape them up. Hopefully that tape won't rip. But I take some of the peel off of it just by laying it down. All right, where's the fold? Okay. But I enjoyed my walk this morning. I did a TikTok. I was on for about maybe an hour and a half. I had a good little audience that stuck with me. I did a walk around the ranch. I was talking about vision. I was talking about, oh, that went over too far. Let's bring this one over. When you want something, visualize it, see yourself with it, write it down. This is word. Write the vision, make it plain. So there's no second guessing. Like when this does happen in your life, let's go up some. When something happens or when something gets presented to you, you know what you want. And I was using the ranch as my example of how when I was in Colorado, like this morning, if I was in Colorado, still living in Colorado, I'd be out shoveling the driveway, because you're responsible for shoveling the sidewalk at your house. And I was like, God, I'll be glad when one day I don't have to shovel snow and I'll be able to be able to walk the property and enjoy the land and just enjoy the dogs and my grandkids riding horses. And now, look where I am. I remember it. And that's what I was talking about this morning. I was telling my son, it's just like, he's going through some things right now. And I was telling him, no, think about what you want. Think about what you want. Don't think about the situation that you're in right now. Because, guys, life is going to happen. Life is going to life. I don't want them all to be the same, but let's change the colors. Let's put some hydrangeas. Let's do some hydrangeas. Let's see how hydrangeas pop off of here. But I've done October. Listen, we're on day 29. I still got to do my Instagram because I said I was doing Instagram, but I've done two other platforms, but still. My point was I did the mind work for October for myself. So I told, like, October is the anniversary of my son's death, and it just always, it's only been 4 years, but this year was rough for some reason. I don't know why. Well, I do know why. Let me take that back. I do know why. But I got some new information and it just sent me down the rabbit hole. But anyway, I digress. So I said I was going to show up in the world. I was going to show up. I was going to do an Instagram live every day, not for the people, but for me. Because when I have something to do, I tend to control my thoughts a little better. So, but what I did first was told myself, we're going to have a good month. We're going to have a good day. We're going to have a good life. We're going to entertain. We're going to talk. We're going to share our journey. We're going to share our heart. Like I told myself what I was going to do. I wrote it down in my, well, it's not my journal. It's my calendar that I use for my journal. As a matter of fact, it's my, what is it? Daphne's diary, buddy, that you sent me. And I wrote it out and I was like, every day before I did the live, I wrote, we're going to have a great day. So life is going to keep going on. And my point of it all is, when I was talking to my son, was visualize the life that you want. Not tomorrow, not even maybe next week. You can, but visualize the big picture. Okay? Like make it like so big that you see yourself 5 years from now. You see yourself 10 years from now. Like 10 years from now, I see myself in going to for the summer, going to my vineyard in France. Like I like not necessarily in Tuscany, but I want to have a vineyard in France. I want a working vineyard. I don't want to just say it. I want it to be working. I want there to already be an active vineyard where people work there, and I'm not coming along to buy it to take away their jobs. I want them to know that they're invested. They make good wine. Then we all make good wine. We make money. But I want the vineyard so that way I can, for one, have my own wine, and for two, I get to walk. Have you ever walked between some grapevines? Listen, oh, talk about something that's heavenly. Grapevines and what's the other? Olive trees. That's why I love where I am because I guess I've done all this stuff and I've seen it and I've just chosen what I want to do in life. So that was my whole point to my son is just see yourself. See yourself already in it. I saw myself on the ranch before I even got the ranch. That's just how it was. I did the vision work, and like even though my son, the day his funeral, which was October, he died October the 4th, his funeral was October 19th. Those were some worse, some really hard. October the 19th was rough. From the morning all the way till midnight. There were some things that just happened. I had to be in prayer over my other son. And I just refused to give up. But in the midst of it all, I was like, I know it's going to shine. The sun is going to shine. I'm going to see it. Tomorrow might not be the day that I smile and say, I see it, but I know it's coming. And so that's what I did. And those are turning out okay. And so, yeah, I told my son to, because he's going through some things already. See yourself already in. Yes, already in it. Because when you see yourself already in it, then you kind of can start making a plan of how you're going to do it. Now, how isn't your job, how it's going to get done, but the part that you play in it, that's the part that you have to make sure that you keep yourself clear, crystal clear. Remember, write it down, make it plain. So when it doesn't look like what you want it to look like, that's when you can go back to your visualization or go back to your journal. I literally have a picture right here in front of me that tells me what I wanted in 2023. That's what I wanted. Well, maybe God, it ain't over yet, but maybe there's some things on there that God is like, not yet. But moving forward, will they move into 2024? Absolutely. Absolutely. And that way I can continue to say, okay, this is a goal or this is met. Like last year, I wanted a tractor. My husband wanted a zero turn lawnmower. I didn't. I was okay with with Margaret. Margaret was doing fine with me, so I was okay with her. But he wanted a zero turn, even though he wasn't mowing the yard. But now he mows the yard a little bit. But he likes to use that zero turn too much. He turns on the zeros. And y'all know that don't leave lines in my yard. So I can't control a lot of things in life, but I can control whether it's lines in my yard or not. And can. Simple things in life. Simple things you can control. Life or death, I can't control. Tomorrow, what happens? The weather, I can't control. I can control whether I get those lines in my yard. I can control whether I do my art. I can control some things that I can control. I control some things. I just let it go. I'm enjoying those. Those are cute. These are cute. Gonna have to put the leaves on them, but should I do another color on the other side? No. I like the blue. Let's make some blue ones. Make them really blue because I'm not utilizing this tape. But my son got the gist of it. And then you can't go to sleep looking at foolishness. Sometimes. I forgot about doing the buddy. Okay. What you forgot? I done said something that you said something. Um, but yeah, nice and blue. Then when they dry, it'll dry nice and blue. We're just gonna make this corner kind of pop out and then put some out here. Make that one a little one that kind of coming out like a little cluster here. I did some mixed media yesterday where I put what do you call it? Composition, abstract painting. That's what I did yesterday. Um, I was very pleased with myself. I was so pleased. I even tagged Dina in it. It's like I was feeling myself and was because you can do great things when you put your mind to it. Like who'd have ever thought I'd have been slapping paint on paper? Not me. Look, now we're over here slapping paint on envelopes, sending out happy mail because we want people to be happy. And we should, because there's enough going on. Like, when you put, I don't even look at the news anymore. I don't. All right, I want this one to be a little bit funner. So we gotta make that one a little bit bluer. All right, let's get this corner up here, and then I'm gonna do a bouquet, kinda. We're gonna do. Let's pop down. These are hydrangeas. This is my rendition of hydrangeas. I don't take too much time to. And then you can come back with a Stabilo or even while it's wet and drop some little black in it to make it kind of look like it, like in the middle. But I kind of don't. I don't. Planning and giving to God, drawing it or using a picture. Oh, yes. Okay, gotcha. Yes. So this year, last year I did a vision board, um, and it has like my vision is let me tell you, like on the board it has 2023. I wanted money to receive in 2023 2.5 million, 1.7 million, and 550,000. Those are in three different bank accounts, right? um, because you got to keep in mind, I want a ranch, I want a state of the art garage, barn, I want the place of hope to be built on the backside of the ranch. I want and so I've applied for grants, and so the money, it still can come. Like this still can happen, but I've written it down. I've made it plain how it happens. It's not my job. It's not left up to me. So that's the part where I've prayed and wrote down, and and I'm not begging. I accept. I've learned to accept things in my life when God blesses me with them. I said on the TikTok live this morning, I said that I quit because somebody said it's hard to run. I was walking the ranch and showing them all the things. They was like, it looks like a lot of work. And I was like, no, it's really not a lot of work. I mean, you got to keep in mind, I did a lot of work when I worked for corporate America. I worked on somebody else's dream hard and gave my all. So now I get to choose whether I do this. So no, it's not hard. It's something I get to do and I love it. So but yeah, so to write down and do the vision work, that's what I do. Um I fill out, you gotta do, like when the opportunities come, I fill out the paperwork for the grants for the nonprofit, and because I want a mother to be able to come to the ranch and have retreats at the ranch, and people don't necessarily have to worry about how they're gonna get here or how they're gonna do it. Somebody's already made a way for a mother to come and relax, heal, enjoy her day. Like she wants to get up right now. If she wanted to be in the studio and join me in the studio painting, she could. Or if she wanted to be out there walking, she can. I just created an atmosphere and a program to where it's to help her heal. And then also when others have suffered a loss, they can have somewhere where they can just kind of, they don't have to explain. Like grief is one of those things people try to put you in a box and, kind of be like, well, come out when you're done. And I'm like, that's not how it works. You know what I mean? Grief isn't like that. So um, when you come here, you don't have to worry about trying to explain. If you're just like, I woke up this morning and I don't understand what's going on. I just can't explain it. You don't have to. Why? Because I know that you're going to have mornings like that. You're going to have days like that. Like yesterday, I was dancing around the studio. I was cleaning. I even did a video. When I get up enough nerves, I'm going and post it. But I was refusing to give in. I was not. Like it was Saturday, my husband was home, and usually when he's home, um, he kind of messes up the flow with me and the dogs. You know how it is. It's like a husband with the kiddos. When they're in the house, and then the kids are trying to do other things. So the dogs were trying to do other things. And I was just like, wait, that's not what we do. And I had to give them grace because that's what he was doing with them. So, but yeah, that's how slapping paint on paper got started. My grief journey. And I'm grateful for it because I healed on purpose. I'm loving this one even more than the last. That little cluster up there in the corner. Whew. Now I'm gonna ask them. Look, I'm gonna hopefully I'm gonna send everybody their thing. I'm just like, can you send me a picture of what your envelope looks like when you get it? Right? Just want to see how many postmen are gonna take the care after they see. Some of them probably be like, oh, this foolishness. I don't know. I like to give people the benefit of the doubt. Cute. She cute. And is. So it's Sunday at the time of this recording. I am going to go and cook after I finish painting these envelopes because I wanted to make sure that these were ready for mail out Monday. I didn't want to be sitting in the street. And then you know how you get to doing something and you get sidetracked? That's me. I'll be sidetracked so quick. Now let's put that tip on that one. Oh yeah, there we go. And so I wanted these to already be ready, sitting by my purse, ready to go. So I'll get them all done up, and everybody will be getting that I'm sending these to. They will be getting what do you call it? A bookmark. I finally laminated my bookmarks. Finally, last night I finally pulled out the laminating machine and laminated the bookmarks. Uh, they turned out pretty good. I'm pretty pleased. I can pat myself on the back. And because I'm not looking at no football games today, I'll be in the studio, be over on Instagram, hanging out with my friendzos. Got a couple lives going on today. One planned for myself. Yes, I'm loving it. Loving it, loving it, loving it. And this Daniel Smith goes so smooth on paper on this envelope. Because I was a little skeptical about how this paper was gonna be. Because normally I put acrylic on here. I don't do watercolor. So I was a little, now if this get wet in the in the mailbox, I think that's gonna be a mess. What you think? I think it's gonna be a little mess. But it'll be okay. They could come back and look at the video and see how pretty they were. But we're gonna pray that nothing happens and they're gonna be done. Makes me want to laminate the daggum envelope. but I don't know if you can do all that. But yeah, no. And then maybe they can pass it on to somebody else. There we go. Boom. I feel like I got to put some red in that corner, but I like that leaf in that corner. This one is really pretty. All right. I'm going to put a little bit, just a little bit to keep it balanced. Oh, so I'm looking at, buddy, I'm looking at my Wanderlust, catching up on some things. And the lady, she said something that just really got me and made me think about. She's like, um, she was teaching the what was it? She was teaching color theory, something else, paint bias, and two other things. Paint bias and color theory are the two that I remember because I'm always saying I don't have time for the rules of of painting. I'm not here for that. I'm here to create my joy and all of whatever. Who cares about the rules? I don't got time. We're gonna just break them. But she made a good point. She made a good point. Hey, Barb. Oh, God, you found me? But yes, I was going to cover my envelope with the clear packing tape. You do. And Barb did. No, no, hers had acrylic on it. Barb, I was just talking about you. Y'all one got me over here painting these envelopes. But, what was I saying? I digress. I got excited. I saw Barb. I don't know. I totally forgot. I did. You too can grow older with grace. Okay. Yeah, totally forgot. We're gonna put that in there. But there we go. So that's that one. We're gonna put it over here and let that one dry. Oh, color. Thank you, thank you. Okay, so yeah, I was looking at Wanderlust, trying to catch up on the classes, and so that one was basically the fundamentals of Barb. I love you. The fundamentals of art or whatever. And you know me, I don't have time. So she's like, and you can't break a rule if you don't know the rules. And it just like hit me in the square in the front of my head. I was like, oh, I guess I can't. I cannot break a rule if I don't know the rule. So needless to say, listened to what she said, and I learned something. Um, and then the abstract, because I learned something in Dina's class too. Y'all let me know if my internet ain't doing because I can. It's on my Wi-Fi. It's not on the Wi-Fi right now. But the it made sense. Like you can't break the rules. In art, ignorance of the law is no excuse, doesn't work in art. I don't believe, right? So I was like, okay, well, let me learn these rules that I'm not gonna follow so I can say that I'm not gonna follow them. That was the point. But as I was learning the rules, I learned paint bias. Like literally, like it's literally right there on my paper. I learned paint bias because I always wondered why, when I mix the colors that people tell me to mix, um, I'm not getting the color right. And I was like, well, why doesn't it look? They told me to mix this color and this color, and I'm not getting it. Then she had her husband to explain. That's too low. To explain that one, and it's because of paint bias. And I was like, well, hot dog. So you need to know the bias of paint. Y'all, I was so excited yesterday. Now, did I go and mix up a whole bunch of colors? No. That's why I'm gonna have to ask Talia. You know, you know about this paint bias? Like, cause she loves swatching colors. But like if you take yellow, I think he took yellow. He was making purple. Okay, what's purple? You take red and blue makes purple, right? Isn't that right? I think red and blue makes purple. Um, but he mixed red and blue, and the ding 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 hit me on the head because I've done. They said red and blue, and then red and blue, red. Yeah, red and blue makes purple. and mine turns into mud or it looks a little mauvish or something like that. So it's the bias that's in the paint. Like, you got to know what the bias. So basically, what it reminds me of makeup, the undertone. So if you have like red and blue makes purple. Okay, so if you have an undertone that's kind of olive, I have an olive undertone. So just because the foundation looks like it's gonna match, it's not, because my undertone is olive. So you can't go matching me with some browns because it's not gonna mix well. So that's what color, that's what mixing up paint reminded me of yesterday when he said something about the basically the undertone of the color. You need to know what's in the red, what bias is in the red. If the undertone for the color is yellow, I think it was for the one he did, which is why it didn't make purple. It made like a, it made, instead of making a pretty purple, it made a color basically like I'm using today for these flowers. And I was like, well, hot dog. Y'all, I was impressed. So you're never too old to learn something. Did he share about the warm and the cool colors, the paint bias is important? Yes, he did. He did. He did. I'll go back and watch it a couple of times so I can get that in my head, because I am trying to get on this bandwagon of mixing colors. I am. I do like mixing up colors, but y'all know I'll buy some watercolor in a minute so I don't have to mix up colors. I got so many watercolors, but I have found out that I am a little bit partial to certain colors, so I need to learn how to mix those colors up. And I can say Daniel Smith is in my watercolor world. Thank you to Leah. And now she's trying to get me to hop on over to something else. But I'm gonna have to master these Daniel. Now I might can even work with those Winsor Newton, because Winsor Newton is a good one for when you're mixing and doing all the stuff. Um, you know, but I've been a basic girl. I just been that basic palette. So now, one of the things that they had in the Wanderlust class for teaching was to learn what your palette is. And I don't know what my palette is, guys. I don't. I got, like, right now I can touch one, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight palettes right now. That's right here, like right here in the vicinity of my desk, right now. And that's a lot. So if we're saying I can just learn how to mix up these colors and I start making up my own palettes, what y'all say? Now acrylic was cool. I ain't had no problem with acrylic. And I don't know why, but I started mixing up acrylic real early, and that could be because that's the way I learned how to do it. Can't remember the young lady's name when I started doing all of this here and start going down the rabbit hole. Boom, those are closed peonies. Listen, Wanderlust. This is Wanderlust 20. Well, because 24 hadn't started, but 23 gives you bonuses from 22. Because yesterday I watched all the way up. I'm watching the bonuses, and even Danielle Mack, she did some cool stuff with some stencils. So yesterday was, I cleaned my studio, and once I finished, I just did some learning. Um, because somebody might ask me something, while I'm teaching. Although I don't teach art, let's be clear, I don't teach art. What I do teach is, well, I don't even teach that. I just facilitate. I don't like. I guess some might call me a teacher. I'll say facilitate. Um, like, these processes is empowerment sessions. Like, I empower people to be the better them. I empower mothers to get up off the side of the bed after um, losing a loved one, losing a child. So I don't consider myself being a teacher. But one of the gifts, when you look at it this way, the way God has given us all gifts, I am a teacher. I was a teacher to my children first, and still is. One of them told me the other day she still learns, and I was just like, oh. She said she's a little bit more open now. Yeah, so because I'm not watching football today, I will be doing Wanderlust, finishing up, catching up, Yeah, because I hadn't done any this year. Like, I just was bad, bad. We spend all this money on these daggone courses and we don't use them. Bad Karen, bad Karen. So she's gonna be a good Karen. She's gonna do it. Greens are my jam. I do know greens are gonna be in whatever palette, not just greens. Like, um, if you take olive green and a yellow, I think it is. You take it a yellow and then drop a little brown and black in there. I think that's what I did yesterday. That color was so scrumptious. I could have ate it. It was so pretty. Now I was like, oh yeah, I need to mix up some colors. I need to know what I like. You gotta know what you like. And if you don't do it, you won't know what you like. So take it from somebody who is just literally learning how to do this. Know what I like. All right, this is after this envelope. I got one more, but I wasn't planning on doing all of them on here. So the other two look like they're dry. So once I finish with this one, I'm gonna pull the tape off so we can see the finished product. See, let's put some brown in that so I can get it again. Oh yeah, that's it. Oh goodness. I don't know what color it is. I don't know. But first of all, I have to tell you what color green that was I took. But you see the difference in the two? And the greener or whatever I want, I add the more brown to make it not black or whatever. It just gives it a pretty color. I don't know. Drop these leaves through there. Boom. Just slap them down. Boop. Joop. Make some go over the tape so it looks like the leaf is just literally falling down. My husband cut down trees in the yard yesterday. I wasn't very pleased. He said he misunderstood what I was asking him to do. I was like, oh, no worries. No worries. But I know he wanted to cut them trees down anyway. He's not a tree person. Trees bring leaves, and I love leaves. I do. And do. Okay, there we go. Oh, we gotta put some leaves on the bottom. Oh, that's pretty. Look. That's why I love painting. Like, and you gotta talk to yourself. Like, even if nobody was on here, I'd probably still be talking because I'd be talking myself into all the joy that painting brings me. Like, slapping paint on paint just gives me so much power. Like, it's like, even though the day it could be raining, snowing, doing whatever it's doing outside, and I am still very much so happy because I got a paintbrush in my hand, got paper to paint on, and even if I don't have no paint, no paper, y'all know what? I got some junk mail envelopes. I'll slap some paint on that. And wheel. Oh yeah, that little corner is cute. Cute, 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 cute. Put some more green. I think I've decided to put up a Christmas tree. Not sure, not sure. Y'all know that's another thing. It takes me, I have to talk myself into it. So I said, self said, I said, we're gonna put up a Christmas tree. And then I stopped talking to myself and it's just like, I don't know who that person is, but we don't know if we want to put up a Christmas tree yet. So I wrote it down in my journal and I said, we're gonna put up a Christmas tree. Because, for those that know me, know that both of my children that have passed on, their birthday is December the 17th. Yes, they shared the same birthday. Whereas when they were younger, Christmas used to be a joy in our house because, I'm that mother that made, Christmas, um, their birthday and Christmas. They're just like, can we get a birthday present? I was like, yeah, here it is. It's like, yeah, but that came from under the Christmas tree. Well, listen, we really celebrate the birth of Jesus, and we went down that hole and say, so it's really not about what you're going to get, and went down all that. So we pretty much taught our children not the material side of So I had 7 children, so we had 7 of them. So nobody had time to be going broke and going into the new year talking about how we got all these bills because we, taught our children that Christmas is about what you get. It's about what you give. So every year they had to give away something so that they could get something. They had to go visit a couple times, had in the earlier years, or take them to the shelter so that, for one, they can see how blessed they were. So, and I can say that worked out. That is a pretty envelope, guys. Listen, that's cute. So the next one, the last one I'm gonna do it off. I'll take pictures of them, but yeah. All right, so we had this one, and this one's cute too. So let's pull up the paper. Oh, look at this! Is why slapping paint on paper is just so much fun. I don't care what you're doing, just slap it down. Do it, do it, do it. You don't. Oh, look at that box. I love it. Oh, and I meant to take these tapes that I just balled up the tape. Oh well. But also take the tape. Take the tape. Buddy, do you ever make envelope from scratch from your painted works? You ever make envelopes from scratch? Yes. So yes, 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 yes. Talk to yourself like Bob Ross. Um. So yes, I have, and thank you, Barb. Bob Ross used to talk to himself. So oh, buddy, yes. Oh man, I just thought about what I did. Where is it? Oh, it's over there. But the thing that I sent you in the group the other day, that was scratch from um from paint some like the side. So I had cut up some stuff like I think I understand what you're asking. Like I had some cut up some stuff like where I cut my made fodder and I cut it up and then I took it and put it on a blank canvas, I mean a blank piece of paper, and then I painted across that. I'm definitely, it's not that much paint on these, but I still can take the sides of these and stick it somewhere. That's why I was trying to paint more over the tape, but I kind of got sidetracked talking and not really doing it. But that's why the first one had a lot of paint on it, and these don't have that much paint on it. And it's pulling up the envelopes, but we got it. But yeah, these normal. So I'll take some paint and put on these and stick it in a journal. But look at that. Look at that. Look at that. And then we're gonna put the shipping label in the middle. Hmm. I don't know. I'll probably do something on the back. I'm not sure, but I like that. Let's see. This one should be. It's okay to lift up. Uh, oh, it's got more paint on it. That's what my husband told me yesterday. He's like, "You've been down there all day." I said, "Eh." The only reason I'm gonna be down here all night is because I gotta go to sleep. But I do what gives me joy, what brings me joy, and staying and crafting and slapping paint on paper. And I mean, there's enough stress in the world. I don't want to be a part of it. I want to bring joy. I want to bring happiness. And this brings happiness. So there we go. We got 1, 2, 3 slapping paint on paper envelopes that I'm going to put the thing. I'll probably put some, I don't know, I'll probably do something on the back too, but maybe not. We'll see. We'll see. But to give y'all a little sneaky peeky of some of the stuff that's going in, I can kind of show you. This is the goodness that's going in that's going in these envelopes. It's like everybody will get a print. It's 40 of them, and this is the top one. So everybody will get some mixed media, right? One, something I did mixed media-ish with my art. All of these have my art included. They are so cute. They are yummy, yummy, yummy. Put some in your tummy. Yes, look. Remember that pumpkin I did? I cut it in half, made it cute. Cute, cute, cute. This is my favorite. If I had to pick a favorite, this is my favorite. Definitely, definitely. But everything is on my artwork. And oh, this is the other one. Check this one. I even, oh, where is it? Okay, let's move these. I even was going to make pockets. I was going to make pockets out of make pockets and put on my like say, so this is my print and I was going to make a pocket, put this on there. But then I painted on these and I was like, no, I can't do that because it won't work. These turned out to be so pretty, so I made pockets because I get these things from some Happy Mail that for a Patreon that I'm in, and she sends them in pockets. And it gave me an idea. So I painted on the bookmark, slid it in the pocket, put some, so it's its own print. Look at that. I could, oh, that's what it was. I couldn't glue this on the back. I was just like, no, that's too cute. So this will be a print that'll go in because it measures the size, and then they can do whatever they want. Bookmarks for those that still use them. There we go. But had to. I just couldn't do it. But yeah, that worked out that way. So it worked out good. So that's why I am doing, y'all remember this one? Painted this on live and then put a little bit of gesso on it, and then I stamped on top of it. And then there's a pocket on the back. Put some fun. We got to put fun stuff in the pocket. Yes, I have fun doing this. Buddy, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you so much for telling me because this was fun. Doing 42, like maybe 10, I embellished a little of my own artwork. Maybe. Maybe there's some prints down here that are artwork that I just pulled out because they measured out and but I already did them. And so I said, we're just going to leave them. Like, that's it. Aren't they pretty? I wanted them to say, like, look at this one. Oh, ba-bomb. Look at that Dina Wakely girl. She got embellished, not embellished, embossed. And then these are flowers that I cut out, put on the, oh, had fun, had fun. Stretch myself. So why not end it with fabulous daggum envelopes? That was my point. All right, guys, listen. Listen, you know how I like to end my lives. Do one thing today that is just for you. If it means sitting in your studio, ain't nobody there but you. I mean, just for you. Just for you. Nobody can enjoy the day, enjoy this thing but you. Why? Because you can't pour from an empty cup. Have a good one.